If your legs feel heavy like concrete by the late afternoon, or your ankles leave deep, painful indentations from your socks, I have a critical message for you. Your heart is not failing, and your veins are not simply wearing out with age. Right now, as you sit watching this, gravity is pulling nearly 800 milliliters of stagnant blood and lymphatic fluid down into your lower calves and feet. Most people are told to simply go home, put their feet up on pillows, or pull on tight, suffocating compression socks. But while elevating your legs gives temporary relief, it does absolutely nothing to fix the actual mechanical pump responsible for pushing that fluid uphill. In fact, resting more makes the problem progressively worse every single month. Deep beneath your outer calf muscle lies a powerhouse that vascular surgeons call your second heart, the soleus muscle. Unlike any other skeletal muscle in the human body, the soleus is packed with specialized, slow-twitch endurance fibers that are anatomically wired directly to your deep venous plexus. Every time this muscle contracts correctly, it acts like a high-pressure hydraulic piston. It compresses the deep veins, forces one-way vascular valves wide open, and rockets stagnant blood straight back up toward your lungs and heart against gravity. When this pump is working, your legs feel weightless, energized, and completely free of swelling. Here is the crisis. After age 50, standard everyday sitting creates what doctors call a hydrostatic lock. Because the knee is bent and the foot is passive on the floor, the soleus muscle goes completely silent. Within just 30 minutes of sitting, venous return drops by over 60%, fluid pools around your ankles, and your arteries begin to stiffen. Groundbreaking research from the University of Houston recently discovered something astonishing. The soleus muscle has its own unique metabolic engine. It can sustain continuous, high-efficiency contractions for hours without producing lactic acid or causing physical fatigue, burning local blood glucose and flushing stagnant fluids instantly when triggered the right way. Before we fix it, let's do a simple 10-second test. Press your thumb firmly against the front inside of your shin bone, just above your ankle. Hold for 5 seconds and release. If an indentation remains, or if grabbing your calf muscle feels hard, tender, and congested like dense rubber, your second heart is currently shut down. This stagnant pooling doesn't just cause swelling. It is the primary root cause behind cold feet, evening restless legs, nighttime calf cramps that rip you out of sleep, and that nagging exhaustion where simply standing up from your favorite chair feels like lifting 100-pound weights. Many seniors tell me, "Dr. Alex, I walk every morning, so why do my legs still swell in the evening?" Here's why. Walking primarily engages your gastrocnemius muscle and foot strike. But the moment you sit down at home, that circulation pump shuts off completely, and gravity refloods your lower extremities within 4 minutes. To keep your venous blood flowing all day long, you need a targeted, low-effort neuromuscular habit that you can perform completely seated while reading the morning paper, watching television, or working at your desk with zero pressure on your knees, hips, or lower back. Let's begin the 3-minute seated reset protocol right now. Step 1 is the precision soleus push-up. Sit upright on a firm chair with your knees bent at exactly a 90-degree angle and your feet flat on the floor. Keep the balls of your feet firmly glued to the ground, and smoothly raise your heels as high into the air as possible, pausing for a full second at the peak of contraction. Now, let your heels glide slowly back down to the floor under control. Never let your heels slam down. Perform this rhythmic pumping motion for 45 seconds at a steady tempo of 1 second up, 1 second down. You will instantly feel a deep, warm sensation spreading through the center of your calf as hundreds of milliliters of trapped blood begin surging upward. Step 2 is the ankle inversion venous pump. Keep your heels slightly elevated off the floor and gently rotate the soles of your feet inward toward each other, then outward. This lateral arc activates the deep posterior tibial veins and squeezes the medial belly of the soleus, flushing the stubborn pockets of fluid that gather around the inner ankle bone. Step 3 is the seated anterior tibialis flush. Plant both heels firmly into the ground and lift your toes and the balls of your feet as high toward the ceiling as you can. Hold for 1 second, then lower. This reciprocal activation opens the anterior compartment of your lower leg, creating a vacuum effect that pulls old, stagnant venous fluid out of the deep calf tissues. Step 4 is the plantar fascia vascular glide. Slide 1 foot forward slightly, lift your heel, and slowly roll your weight from your toes along the outer arch to the heel in a smooth, wave-like motion. Your plantar venous arch beneath your foot contains a dense network of vessels. Rolling through this arch pumps fresh oxygenated blood directly into the base of your soleus. Step 5 is the isometric soleus backpressure lock. Raise both heels to maximum height. Place your hands on your knees to add gentle, comfortable downward resistance, and hold this position statically for 10 full seconds while breathing deeply through your nose. This creates a controlled pressure barrier that, upon release, flushes your veins completely clean. Within 60 seconds of completing this sequence, your vascular endothelium releases a flood of nitric oxide, a natural signaling molecule that relaxes stiff leg arteries, expands capillary beds by up to 30%, and lowers systemic blood pressure by reducing the resistance your heart has to pump against. Here is a life-changing daily tip. Do 30 seconds of slow soleus push-ups on the edge of your bed every single morning before your feet ever touch the carpet. This pre-activates your peripheral heart, pushes pooled night blood upward, and completely eliminates the dizziness and heavy-legged stumbling that causes morning senior falls. To protect your progress, avoid these 3 deadly circulation mistakes. First, never cross your legs at the knees. This acts like a physical tourniquet on your popliteal vein. Second, never sit on chairs that cut into the underside of your thighs. And third, never sit motionless for more than 45 minutes without doing 10 quick seated soleus pulses. Remember that your venous valves need clean, properly hydrated blood to operate smoothly. If you are low on potassium or magnesium, your soleus muscle fibers will cramp and lock up. Drink half a glass of water with a pinch of mineral sea salt or lemon juice 30 minutes before your afternoon seated routine. A quick word on compression socks. They can be wonderful for long flights or acute medical swelling, but if you wear them 12 hours a day without actively engaging your soleus muscle, your natural calf pump becomes progressively weaker. Use this 3-minute seated exercise to rebuild your body's own internal compression system. Here is what you will experience over the next 7 days. By day 1, the heavy, dragging sensation in your feet will lift within minutes. By day 3, deep sock indentations around your ankles will dramatically soften. And by day 7, you will finish your evenings with light, energized legs and wake up without painful calf cramps. When doing your seated soleus push-ups, make sure you don't bounce your feet quickly, using tendon momentum. The power of this medical exercise comes from slow, deliberate muscle contraction and that critical 1-second squeeze at the very top. Quality of contraction always beats speed. Always maintain a tall, relaxed spine while doing this routine. Slumping forward compresses your common iliac and femoral veins inside your pelvis, creating a bottleneck that blocks venous blood from entering your abdomen. Sit proud, keep your shoulders back, and let gravity work in your favor. When your soleus pump is active, your central heart doesn't have to work nearly as hard. Studies show that activating your second heart reduces cardiac strain by up to 15%, improving blood flow to your brain, reducing evening brain fog, and promoting deeper, uninterrupted sleep. Because this routine is performed completely seated with zero joint impact, it is 100% safe if you have knee arthritis, hip replacements, plantar fasciitis, or mild varicose veins. In fact, gentle seated pumping is the single best therapy to keep blood moving without stressing damaged cartilage. Here is your daily prescription. Perform this 3-minute seated routine twice every day, once in the late morning after your breakfast, and once in the late afternoon around 4 or 5 p.m. when gravity pooling reaches its peak. Make it a non-negotiable anchor in your daily longevity routine. To recap, 90-degree knee angle, smooth controlled heel elevation, rhythmic ankle circles and toe lifts, and a 10-second morning bedside activation. It takes less than 3 minutes, costs nothing, and gives you back the freedom of light, youthful legs. You do not have to accept swollen, painful, heavy legs as an unavoidable curse of aging. Your body has an incredible built-in hydraulic engine. You just need to turn the key and turn it back on. If this video helped you understand your body better, please hit the like button and share it with a friend or family member who struggles with tired, swollen legs. Subscribe to the channel for more evidence-based longevity guides and drop a comment below letting me know what day of the routine you're starting today. I'm Dr. Alex Morgan, and I will see you in our next video. Stay healthy and keep moving.